It's the end of the week, and that means one thing, it's time for the weekly wrap-up. Now joining me is a very special guest. You may know him from Instagram. It's Ken, the FX Freak. All right, Ken, nice to see you. How's the weather in England?
Oh, it's awful over here. Honestly, I'm freezing, wrapping up as many layers as possible. And I was actually in Dubai last week. So again, it's another shock to me, just coming back to this typical cold weather here in Britain.
Bloody Britain. Okay, so the first question I've got for you is, traders are asking, how low can the dollar go? Will the fall continue?
I believe so. There's so much weighing on the dollar at the moment. There isn't one particular catalyst, but just a few reasons just to be wary of. And, you know, we've been actually falling since the very tail end of 2017 last year. And the thing is, for me, what I'm thinking is, I think with investors, they're seeing other economies in terms of the US as peers as more attractive to invest in. You know, we're seeing a pickup in the UK with the pound, you know, data's improving. Inflation is a bit of a problem out there at the moment, but we've seen improvements on the Brexit negotiation side of things. So the pound's looking attractive. Canada, they're raising rates. We've seen that a few times now in the last 12 months. Their CPI is moving towards their targeted levels, and jobs are looking very buoyant at the moment in terms of that market. And Eurozone, the economy's shaping up well, and they're winding in QE. And yesterday there was some comments coming out of world leaders actually, and there were some remarks from the US Treasury sector, which really sparked some further dollar weakness across the board, quite heavy actually. And his remarks are on a weaker dollar, saying, yes, a weaker dollar would be good for us for our trade and other opportunities. And this saw heavy selling pressure across the board. Yes, the dollar is good if it's weak for exports, but you've got to look, the US import quite a bit as well. And if the dollar is weak, this is going to cost them more to import. So if anything, that will force the Federal Reserve, the central bank, to raise rates, and that's only going to put consumers out of the pocket further. And with the economy so fragile at the moment as it is, it's still not fully stabilised. That could be a tipping point for the US if the Federal Reserve moves too quickly. So yes, I am still seeing some downside to come if I look technically as well on the dollar index.
So, speaking about world leaders, we had some important talks from some of the big guys this week. Also, we had the ECB rate decision as well. But in your opinion, what was the best moment for the FX this week?
Yeah, so for me, apart from what I just touched upon with the US Treasury Secretary at the world leaders speak, there wasn't really much juicy there as such. So yes, the ECB for me was the main highlight of the week. Heading into this decision, this monetary decision we had yesterday, Draghi always seemed, and the other members as well, but particularly Draghi, he likes to give mixed messages. He seems to keep the market guessing. But anyway, with this meeting, for me, a real bullish takeaway this time from Draghi. We can really see that the central bank are starting to move forward with wanting to wind in their quantitative easing. They actually, one of the bullish comments that came out was they're seeing medium-term inflation picking up, which is good. And in terms of the Eurozone economy, they see that as broadly balanced, but with some upside surprises potentially to come. So real bullish there. And we actually saw Eurodollar printing highs above 125 yesterday, at around 125.30, roughly speaking. We came off a little bit just because of Trump essentially throwing cold water on the comments out of the US Treasury Secretary. That knocked a lot of dollar pairs across the board. But yeah, for me, my eyes at the moment, if we continue to talk about euro, are on 130 plus in the coming months. It certainly has the potential to do so.
Now, for cryptocurrency traders out there, it's not been good times recently. Is there a breakthrough coming to sort out this correction we had in January?
Well, things are still shaky. Obviously, we've had that big sell-off. It's a combination of reasons, really. A large amount of panic selling. The regulation, talks of regulation in South Korea, they're really trying to clamp down on the market in general. China, a variety of countries exploring tighter rules and regulations. So that really didn't help things. And where the market is still so new, it's new to everyone. Even if you're an experienced trader or investor, it's everyone's best guess where this market is going. So people are panicking when they're seeing it drop, and we're seeing some big swings. When they're seeing it drop, they're thinking, oh my goodness, I need to get out of this. And that just prompts further sheep coming to the market and also selling their assets. In terms of stabilization coming now, I'm still not too sure, to be honest with you. As I say, it's everyone's best guess. Everything is so partnership driven. So, for example, Ripple, when the market's falling, we had a good bit of news out of a partnership between the likes of Ripple and also MoneyGram. That was short lived. The market sold off again. And there's some talks between Ripple and Visa, and markets are just shrugging that off. It's not doing anything at the moment. So it's very cautious times, I think. People know how much this can swing either way. So there's a lot of cautious play for the time being. So I don't think the market will sort of be stabilising or back on the up as of yet.
Oh, Ken, it was fun speaking with you today. Got some really good insights on the markets. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, that's the end of this week's weekly wrap-up. Don't forget to follow Dukascopy FX Market Freak for short financial videos. Thank you for watching.